I am a blend of two cultures. My father's culture is Italian. My mother's culture is Filipino. But I like to say that I am 100% American. My family story is very interesting. There are differences and things that are similar. My video will explain it to you. This map shows where each of my great-great-grandparents came from. One from Italy and one from the Philippine Islands. My great-great-grandfather, Sebastiano Montalto, came from Italy on the island of Sicily. He lived in a mountain village called Fairla that was very poor. His family had no jobs, no food, no future. This is a picture of the mountain village of Fairla. This is what the main street looked like when my great-great-grandfather lived there. This is the house he lived in. This is my great-great-grandfather, Sebastiano Montalto. One day, my great-great-grandfather heard that there was a better life in America, and he decided to move to the United States. He left for the United States in 1906 on the ship called the Italia. When the ship sailed into New York Harbor, the first thing he saw was the Statue of Liberty welcoming immigrants. He had to go through Ellis Island to make sure he was healthy. This is his Ellis Island passenger record telling his date of arrival, May 9th, 1906. He was 21 years old. He was not married. This is a copy of the ship manifest for the SS Italia. He's listed as a passenger number 18. He had $12 in his pocket. He lived in Lorain, Ohio. When he was in Ohio, he was a shoemaker. After 8 years, he wanted to get married. His Italian friends told him there was a young woman named Frances Rosso who was old enough to marry. He went to talk to her father and got permission to marry Frances. This is a copy of their marriage license. They hardly knew each other, and it was arranged marriage. This is their wedding picture. They had 4 children. Their oldest daughter was my great-grandmother, Nana. My great-grandmother went to college at Kent State and met Archie Rinaldi. This is their wedding picture. After they got married, they also had 4 children. The first was my grandmother, Patricia, and the 4th is my Aunt Kathy. My Aunt Kathy had cerebral palsy, and the family moved to Los Angeles from Ohio so Kathy could get the medical care she needed. My grandmother met my grandfather, Joe Altieri, and they got married. They had 3 boys. The first was Joseph Altieri. The second was Michael Altieri. And the third was Mark Altieri. My dad is Michael Altieri, their second son. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, lived my great-grandfather Luis Castillo was living in the northern Philippine Islands in the region of Luzon. They lived in Ilocos Sur. Life was really hard here. They were poor and hungry. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company in Hawaii was looking for migrant workers to grow their pineapples. Louis decided to leave his family to go to Hawaii to make money to send to them. My grandfather was only 1 year old when he left. On the ship, my great-grandfather got very sick and died. They had to bury him at sea. My grandfather, Peter Ben Castillo, grew up in Ilocos without a father. When he was 18, he migrated to Lanai, Hawaii to work for Dole Pineapple Company. This picture shows him at the pineapple field. My grandfather was an important man. He helped the workers get better wages and conditions. He even went to meetings for the state of Hawaii, representing the workers. When he was 35, he returned to the Philippines looking to find a wife. He met and married my grandmother, Basilia Bilena. Their first child was born in the Philippines. Grandpa Peter returned to Hawaii, and later Lola and Myrna moved to Hawaii to be with Grandpa Peter. This is the house where they lived in Lanai City. They had 2 more daughters. Their second daughter is my mom, Millie. When my mom was 21 years old, she moved to Los Angeles to live with her sister, Myrna. She went to school and got a job and started a new life. One night in 1986, she went with some friends to a nightclub called Pizzazz. There she met my dad, Michael. They dated off and on for 10 years. In 1996, my dad proposed to my mom under a waterfall at a special hotel in Hawaii. They got married August 10th, 1996. This is a picture of their wedding party on Lanai, Hawaii. Five years later, they had a baby named Gabriel on July 9th, 2001. I am very lucky that I am a blend of 2 cultures, Italian and Filipino. Though they are different in some ways, like their traditions and food, there are many ways that they are alike. They both value family and caring for people. I love both rice and pasta. I like to say that I am 50% Italian and 50% Filipino and 100% American.